Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Treasure Hunting for All. I have a God-level synthesis system. Chapter 1. Secret World. A world of endless treasures and dangers. Every adult in this world needs to choose an identity. Either become a treasure hunter and embark on a journey to fight various ghouls to expand the territory where the human race lives. Either become a treasure lord, guard the existing secret treasures, and help human beings stabilize their homes and not be possessed by ghouls. After many years of development, people discovered that there is actually no profit in guarding the secret place, and it is almost mediocre for a lifetime. Because the various secret treasures obtained through exploration will be used for the development of the Human Race Alliance, it will become increasingly difficult for the newly promoted secret treasure lords to obtain any unique treasures. And once the territory is established, only pitiful taxes can be collected. Other than that, it will not improve the combat effectiveness. Lin Yu, have you made up your mind? In the hall of the college, an old man looked at the young man with black hair and black eyes. Lin Yu nodded solemnly. Yes, I have already made up my mind. I want to become the Vault Lord. Oh, what a pity. You're the best Vault Hunter. You can get more, forget it. The old man sighed. 3 days later, Lin Yu was expelled from the family. Back home, he was severely taught by the elders of the family lineage. You are the best Vault Hunter. How much resources and effort the family has spent on training you, let you learn the knowledge of the endless Vault continent, and recognize so many ghouls. But you actually, what did you choose? The revival of the family depends on you, but now, get out of here. Lin Yu had no choice but to put on his backpack and go to the front to choose territories, and the family ordered Lin Yu to pay off all the resources of the family within 3 years. As if he had never been trained. All the territories are built on the huge corpses. After dealing with the ghouls transformed from the huge corpses, the remaining power of those corpses can still give birth to the land of life. And through special techniques such as restraining the body, carrying the corpse, and driving the corpse, more power can be obtained from it, and the last thing is to divide the corpse and take the useful parts. For example, the viscera of a giant whale about 3,000 meters long has extremely strong vitality, allowing it to survive after death, so the ghouls that can be born are ocean corpses. The mermaid princess, the monster dragon girl princess, the tide collar girl princess, and so on. After dealing with these ghouls, the remaining flesh will give birth to Gu. Gu is also closely related to the main body or various ghouls, possessing various abilities. It is possible to turn it into a land space, a weapon, or a supernatural power. As a result, Lu Li's world of light and weirdness has become a place that people flock to. Adults rush to hide the land, the sea, and the mountains, in order to seek those inexhaustible treasures that cannot be explored. 3 days later, Lin Yu looked at the communicator in his hand. A round, delicate instrument used for communication and paging. Report coordinates and teleport property and items. Small items can be teleported. This is the effect of the small wormhole Gu obtained from the Ghoul Queen after the Vault Hunter took down an S-rank Worm Queen's cave 800 years ago. The reason why it was named Small Wormhole Gu was because scholars estimated that there are Gus with even larger wormhole effects waiting for them to discover. In front of him was an extremely huge corpse, like mountains and rivers. Because the skin is gray and the cortex is relatively smooth, it looks like a continuous mountain range lying on the ground. It twists and turns, outlining a lying giant elephant. This giant elephant gave birth to more than 13,000 ghouls. The most powerful of these is the legendary ghoul, the giant elephant. But it was killed by the Vault Hunters of the Terran Alliance 300 years ago. 3 9-star treasure hunters were dispatched, and more than 10 years of fighting and hunting were done to clear the ghouls from the giant elephant's corpse. Now, it's a mess. The new lord has arrived, and the garrisoned Vault Hunters can leave. With an order, those Vault Hunters who had already waited impatiently organized their teams in groups, and then left the giant elephant's body to make room for Lin Yu. All of a sudden, the lively garrison area became much deserted. After the corpse of the giant elephant lost the aura of the ghoul, various useful parts have been sent back to the Human Race Alliance and become a large amount of material. The rest are some flesh and blood that can be turned into land to survive, as well as bones. Lin Yu rummaged through its bones, looking for the heart. Suddenly called softly, "System." Swish. A brand new transparent box appeared in front of Lin Yu. Boxes that only he can see. Host. Lin Yu. Synthesis point. 4000. Currently you can search for nearby materials. That's right, Lin Yu awakened a god-level synthesis system after traveling for several years, so he chose not to take risks. He can obtain the abilities of various GU spirits without taking risks. Huge corpses guard the vault. Dead bodies turn into ghouls. After the ghouls are purged, they eventually become GU spirits. GU spirits can become combat spirits that accompany humans, or they can be absorbed by human vault hunters as a certain power. And Lin Yu can synthesize GU spirits. The entire endless world, like a cemetery, seems to be unable to see any living things for the time being. So keeping a territory has endless possibilities for him, and in the future he can become the master with the most GU spirits. Will also become a real lord. But now, the so-called lord guarding the territory is nothing more than a watchdog. After seeing this giant elephant, Lin Yu realized why no one had chosen to be the lord of the vault until now, because he was not a lord at all. There is only a barren corpse of a giant beast, which needs to be relied on to open up a habitable territory. But the good stuff has been taken away. Fighting GU spirits will not stay, and there are not many GU spirits that have an effect on the territory. At this time, there was a whimpering sound over the area. Ang, some loud and clear, but it sounds with a hint of sadness. This is the mammoth soul. It is also one of the materials that have been found to have no effect. After countless years of research, the soul of the giant elephant still has no effect. It is only a 21 grams material. If it is used to smelt materials, it can enhance the negligible success rate. So it's not precious. Lin Yu looked up at the sky, as if the aurora-like streamers of light converged and woven into the shape of a giant elephant. After watching for a while, I felt that the mammoth spirit seemed to make a cry for help or begging for mercy, which meant to tell Lin Yu not to destroy it. Indeed, when many vault hunters seized the ghouls' territory in recent years, they would destroy the souls of the corpses of giant beasts, kill them completely, and then take the territory as their own. Lin Yu shook his head, and let out a gentle breath, which calmed down the mammoth. Then look around. In the distance, there are high and low mountains, deep valleys, and rivers. It seems to have a panoramic view, but only presents a foggy dark tone. He smacked his lips, knowing that those are not necessarily true. Although, countless years of life experience told human beings that under any terrain in this place, there may be a huge corpse. And somewhere in this corpse, there is a secret treasure. Or materials, or some kind of inheritance that makes people gain strength, maybe high-tech weapons or instruments. In the nearly 5,000 years of human research, some scholars have put forward a theory. Could it be that the continent where they exist, the continent whose exploration rate has not yet reached 10%, is the corpse of another supergiant starry sky behemoth? However, this is just a guess and has not been confirmed yet. Start searching. System searching. Ding. After searching, in the giant elephant area, the GU spirit is full of aura, and the soul has not been collected yet. You can condense the giant elephant GU, consume 3000 synthesis points, and automatically advance to the elephant master GU. Is it evolved? Evolution. No doubt. Lin Yu was very satisfied with the search results. The aura of the GU spirit is still relatively strong, and the soul is still there, so new GU spirits can be condensed, and then the GU spirit can be evolved through the system. This is not synthesis, it is just evolution. After synthesis, the ability will be more complex and powerful. But evolution is already appalling. GU can indeed evolve. But it takes thousands of years of cultivation to allow it to draw strength from its own perception. So there are fast and slow. GU Ling is a kind of GU insect with a long history and is very complicated. It has inherited the abilities of ghouls and is even more powerful than ghouls. It belongs to the crystallization of power. Rumble. A series of shocks came, and after the evolution point disappeared, the corpse of the giant elephant began to vibrate, and then expanded. The giant elephant spirit seemed to feel something, and its eyes were confused for a moment, and then a powerful force poured into the whole body, absorbing all the spiritual energy around it into a light group. Then a palm-sized GU worm appeared. Earthy yellow, four-legged. A gray light radiated from his body, flapping his wings and flying into Lin Yu's hand. Congratulations to the host. Obtained Phenomenology Elephant Master GU. Please choose whether to draw power. If the power is drawn, Gu will turn into a kind of power and fully integrate into Lin Yu's body. If it is not extracted, the Gu worms will survive and occupy the corpse again. This is the ability of Earth Physique Gu. No extraction. Not drawing has a greater effect, which is why Lin Yu wants to be the Lord of the Vault. In the 3 months before coming here, he had learned enough knowledge through the system, plus the various theoretical knowledge of the Vault Hunters taught in the academy. He was already rich enough. Know where to stand and how to use your system well. As soon as the words fell, the gray streamer on the body of the Elephant Master Gu worm became brighter, its wings took off a few times, and many lines appeared on the carapace on its back. This pattern is outlined like the pattern of an elephant. Then he expressed his closeness to Lin Yu. This may be to thank him for not killing him. Gu worms also have emotions. Lin Yu stretched out his hand, and the Elephant Master Gu fell into his palm. Elephant Master Gu is rank 5 Gu. Appearing among the ghouls of the Mountain Sea Giant Elephant, and the chance is very low. It needs at least 300,000 gold coins to sell in the market. But now he has one. And it seems to be in good condition, with a couple of nice skills. Gu Worm, Elephant Master Gu. Current level. Level 1, 0.001,000. Passive feature 1. Earth Phase Gu, can parasitize back to the original corpse, fill in the missing parts of the corpse, move, but cannot attack, move slowly, and may drop things. Passive feature 2. Elephant Prestige, creates a deterrent effect on small ghouls, preventing them from being easily hostile. Skills. Giant Power, Life Force of the Earth. Not bad. Because he signed a contract with the Elephant Master Gu, and chose not to devour all the abilities and vitality of the Gu, Lin Yu now only gets a shared effect equivalent to 5%. That is to say, it has 5% of the ability of Giant Elephant Gu. He squeezed his fist, which was also very powerful. Not bad. Everything is moving towards what he wants. Giant Elephant Gu, stretch the ground. Hold head high. Giant Elephant Gu let out an elephant cry. Then the body emitted a magnificent light, and in an instant, countless strands of optical fibers enveloped the surrounding area, awakening the entire dead giant elephant body. Then the ground began to shake wildly, and the surrounding land loosened a deep pit. Passers-by and vault hunters passing by in the distance looked in this direction in horror. What happened? It's number 9527, the territory of the earth. What happened to the Lord there? Was it attacked? Has the territory been taken back by the ghoul? I remember being a newcomer. The heavily armed vault hunters boarded the fast-moving vehicles and watched various lively scenes. He's busy, should we help? After all, he's a newcomer. Need not. I know this person. His name is Lin Yu. He is the most outstanding student of Starlight Academy this year. He has a wealth of theoretical knowledge, but for some reason he chose the Vault Lord. Maybe it's because you're afraid of death. Jade Spirit, drive. Let's explore the next giant corpse first, and come back to see if he can recruit people. Okay, this kind of vibration, the commission to be paid is not cheap. Countless vault hunters are eyeing Lin Yu's territory. But no one chose to help, or even bother to see what was going on. Because they have already determined that the corpse of the Mountain Sea Giant Elephant has been explored, and nothing new will appear, and what is left is the basic items that can be used as the territory. A new lord needs to spend several years, or even more than 10 years, to slowly expand this territory. So if there is trouble, the lord can only find a way to recruit a team of vault hunters, otherwise he will have to face it alone. Ordinary lords are not that powerful. So far, among the 10,000 territories, there are very few treasure lords who can truly survive for a long time. Then, amidst the night-long tremors, a dark fog filled Lin Yu's territory. The Mountain Sea Giant Elephant area number 9527 was shrouded in thick fog. No one knew what happened inside, and of course they didn't want to know. Unless he personally sends out a message to recruit secret hunters. Everyone was waiting, but Lin Yu didn't intend to do it. Dawn. The blood-red planet emits a ray of light, which breaks through the clouds and turns into a setting sun splashing blood on the ground. This is the dawn of this cemetery world. Compared with the darkness, this dawn, like the setting sun, is more like heralding the beginning of the fight. The ghouls will also come in groups to extinguish the rise of the human race, so the ghouls born from the corpses of giant beasts will actively attack. Lin Yu must be prepared. He actually had a good night's sleep, because it takes the Elephant Master Gu to stretch the terrain overnight. Moreover, the current Elephant Master Gu cannot move. It needs to wait until its level reaches level 10. That is, when 10,000 evolution points are spent, the characteristics can be improved, and then this corpse can be walked to repair more dilapidated areas. So Lin Yu needs to move around. Of course, he is also planning to explore to see if there is anything available around him. He is different from other vault hunters of the same period. Because of the existence of the system, Lin Yu is doomed to take a different path from others. He wants to be the real Vault Lord. Wait for him to come out of the cave house in the heart of the giant elephant. Seeing the entire geography scene, with a panoramic view of all the scenery, he was fascinated by it. A beautiful sight, Lin Yu muttered to himself. The corpse of the entire mountain and sea giant elephant was unfolded, as if it was skinned, and spread out within a radius. The corpse of the giant elephant, more than 10,000 meters long and several kilometers wide, spread out into a site of more than 10,000 square meters. With the addition of surrounding corners, blank spaces, etc., a space of about 30,000 square meters can be developed. Bones become mountains, former blood vessels become rivers that are about to dry up, and hairs become pale trees. The atrium, which originally housed the heart, has now become Lin Yu's residence. It's just that under the gray tone, there is a lot of difference from the light of Lin Yu's original world. However, don't have a flavor. After many years of air drying, the corpse is no different from the natural mountains and seas, and there is no peculiar smell or smell of rotting corpses. Moreover, there is a faint mist in the air, and this aura is contained in the mist, which can be used to cultivate many useful things. Go out and have a look. Lin Yu summoned the Elephant Master Gu, and after expanding his territory with his geomorphic ability, many places were automatically repaired and evolved. It will turn into a real land of mountains and rivers in a long period of time. But this process is too long. Lin Yu needs to spend enough money to buy various treasures, spiritual tools, etc. to speed up the process. Of course, Lin Yu, who is now poor and white, doesn't have so much money. He does not intend to sell the Elephant Master Gu, although it is very valuable. The black beetle Gu insect emitted black light and floated beside Lin Yu. The main elephant Gu could not stay too far away from the corpse of the mountain and sea giant elephant, otherwise the landform would retract and return to the appearance of the previous corpse. So Lin Yu just searched around. After coming out of the territory of mountains and seas, Lin Yu saw some bumps outside the scope of the terrain. Then the pace gradually slowed down. His territory is not completely circular, but two intersecting roads. Within the arc of the roads, there is still a large vacancy, which belongs to the wild area. After walking some distance, Lin Yu heard the sound of crying. Little knew. This is the name of the Elephant Master Gu. Hold head high. Exudes majesty. Hold head high. Rank 5 Gu worms, and Gu worms with a deterrent domain skill, are extremely powerful against low-level Gu worms. They will swear their sovereignty, and then come to test whether there are other Gu remaining in this area. Sure enough, the ground in front of Lin Yu began to squirm, and after 3 or 4 cracks were opened, a pale but clean hand stretched out from it. At the same time, accompanied by countless strange Gu worms emitting light and flying around, they fled in the opposite direction of the Elephant Master Gu in an instant. The master of that pale hand is an illusory spirit. That is, humanoid Gu. You are, Vault Hunter. Under the invisible coercion, the human-shaped Gu couldn't even preserve his human-shaped body, and seemed a little nervous. The rest of the first-rank Gu had already escaped. Rank 2 Gu Lin Yu didn't seem to be interested, and the powerful rank 5 Gu aura was almost all locked on her body. So the humanoid Gu of rank 3 fell to the ground with difficulty, with a good face, 2 blushes on his cheeks, long hair parted in the middle, and clear eyes. It's just that the skin is pale, and I don't know what the main body looks like. The human-shaped Gu has a characteristic, that is, there will be a very special but more in line with human aesthetic lines on the appearance. For example, the humanoid Gu in front of her has a strange flower near her forehead and eyebrows, which also makes her look a little more coquettish. I am the Lord. This is my mountain sea giant elephant town, and it will become a city in the future. Lin Yu said lightly. Is there already a lord here? In front of rank 5 GU, this humanoid GU can't resist, and she is just a wild monster. Shanghai giant elephant town. How dare a lord say such a thing? How long does it take for a small town to be livable? It is not just a simple population issue, but also landform and soil quality. Are you brazen? I am Moonlight Wine Bug GU, rank 3 GU, there are ghouls nearby. The lord should be careful. Lin Yu suddenly smiled wryly, no wonder he lived in a hill with a group of rank 2 and rank 1 GU. According to the teaching experience in the academy, there should be a corpse of a giant beast in this dirt bag. The non-combat GU will be watched by corpses and can coexist, and they will indeed gather in places with strong corpse aura. That is to say, where a large number of GU gather, there must be corpses of giant beasts, either hidden in the forest or need to be excavated underground. Ghoul, the voice just fell. A field opened up from far away, and the field slowly expanded. The cold wind suddenly blew, and a blood-red figure appeared in Lin Yu's eyes. It's a fluttering red dress. There is nothing inside the red dress. Then, 6 candles suddenly appeared around the red dress. The candlelight was dimly lit, and the flesh and blood seemed to be woven, slowly outlining a beautiful figure. This red dress is strange and terrifying, especially under the blood-red dawn. This is a female ghoul, exuding a terrifying aura. You are the Lord of Vaults. Ha! In Lin Yu's ears, gusts of dark wind blew. Ouch! It's actually a treasure lord, and he built a base on the corpse of a mountain and sea giant elephant. The woman in front of her showed a playful expression, then took out a cigarette pouch and took a puff. White smoke slowly drifted up, and her purple nails were strange. This is a fighting ghoul, very powerful. The Red Bride. Lin Yu's heart skipped a beat. It is said that the Red Brides are all beautiful women, and they are ghouls grown on the bloody red meat. The blood-red minced meat is a piece of red grass, but it has dense red flowers blooming like minced meat, so it got this name. I'm Gui Mei Niang, a very good girl. We will be neighbors from now on. If you want to conquer my territory and seize the secret treasure under me, then you may have to pay a lot. Gui Mei smiled slightly. There are many charming looks. In the blood-red wedding dress, the pale thighs are deep, which seems to be amorous, but in fact there may be countless dangers hidden in this amorous feelings. Lin Yu felt a little nervous. Because in front of him is Gui Mei Niang. That is at least rank 5 ghouls. Rank 5 ghouls can have no fear of the power of their elephant master GU. It is indeed the fringe of the human race's territory. 10 miles ahead, there are forests, valleys, and mountain terrain called Burial Land. There is a dangerous area that has gone through thousands of years of exploration and has not advanced much. Similarly, this place also belongs to the periphery of the bone burial ground. Such a strange ghoul unexpectedly appeared. Gui Mei Niang ghouls can pass through people's bodies, control people's minds, and create illusions in people. Her ability is more inclined to affect the spirit. Often no matter how strong you are, you will be caught by your eyes if you are not careful, and then you will die tragically in the endless darkness. Young lord, you really have courage. Gui Mei Niang spoke to Lin Yu in a very lazy tone, blowing out a breath from time to time. But it was absorbed by the main elephant repair GU. Okay, here is a little treasure, it's for you. My territory is still far away, I'm waiting for a fruit to ripen. If you don't want your territory to be attacked on a large scale in the first month, you'd better not act rashly. After saying this, Gui Mei Niang disappeared. The main body is a very beautiful butterfly all the time. Grimace butterfly. The blue lines glowed brightly, and the black flowing luster disappeared in front of Lin Yu the moment it flapped its wings. Ghouls are also somewhat similar to GU insects. The relationship between them amounts to a symbiosis. If you use a game to describe it, this continent is full of corpses of various giant beasts. It's a small copy, or a spot to spawn monsters in the wild. And the various ghouls born on the corpses are monsters, some are small monsters, and some are elite monsters. Obviously, the alluring and peerless Gui Mei Niang I met just now should be the boss. And GU worms. It is the reward that explodes after killing the ghoul, which is equivalent to a treasure. Not even equipment. After figuring this out, Lin Yu understood that now that his territory is around a boss, there will be changes sooner or later. After all, Ghouls also devour humans. Human beings are new corpses, the best nutrient for them, even far surpassing these huge beast corpses densely packed on the road. Troublesome guy. Lin Yu looked at the place where Gui Mei Niang was standing before. Left a mark. Little elephant, open this layer of soil. Hold head high. The little elephant vibrated its wings, exuding terrifying coercion, as if a huge elephant demon appeared out of thin air, stomping on it. The air was squeezed and there was an air explosion sound, and then the land rumbled, and a hole was blasted out whole. Soon, a corpse rolled out. 3 meters long and 2 meters high. Probably the carcass of a wolf. Second turn ghoul, wind wolf. Lin Yu smiled wryly. It can also be regarded as a gift. The corpse of the wind wolf has been processed, and the wolf's soul rune can be harvested after the restraint. After carrying the corpse, it can increase the ability of wind walking. The most important thing is that after its corpse is absorbed by the Elephant Master Gu, it can fill up some physical loopholes. When the 10,000-meter corpse is completed, the Elephant Master Gu can directly use the earth aspect to control the mountain and sea giant elephant to walk. Lin Yu can become a mobile territory. This makes the adventure much easier. Little elephant, absorb it yourself, it's all given to you, there's no need to keep anything. Hold head high. The Elephant Master Gu flew around happily, expressing a sense of intimacy, and rubbed Lin Yu's face a few times, then happily ran to the wind wolf's body to absorb it. Looking at it like this, Lin Yu couldn't help but feel a little bit in his heart, and immediately thought, I never thought about the male and female, it won't become a little girl in the future, right? At night, I returned to the atrium hut of the mountain and sea giant elephant. Lin Yu lay on an extremely delicate bed, feeling the fragrance of flowers and plants around him, and slowly became comfortable. Suddenly, I feel that being a lord is not bad. Vault hunters need to break into those unowned lands, go to the depths to fight ghouls, and occasionally accept some lords or alliance commissions to make money. No matter how you think about it, it is not worthwhile. Through the communicator, Lin Yu entered the previous chat group, and suddenly became interested. Are they talking about themselves? Bai Moyu. How is brother Yu? Is it hard to live as a lord just now? Shu Zhen. It's too late to reply. Brother Yu is probably still busy with the territory. I really don't know what he thinks. He is so powerful. Every time he simulates hunting ghouls, his skills can almost hunt and kill monsters below 3 ranks at any time, all kinds of ghouls. Long Dabao. That's right, and there's still no GU spirit bonus, it's amazing. Shu Chengqing. Stop bragging, okay. I've already arrived at the Guishan power station, and there's a mission here. Recently, the power generation GU has been accidentally swallowed up a lot, resulting in insufficient power supply in Guishan. Now we need a group of 3 to investigate. Bounty 5,000, Hunter points 500, who will follow me? Momo. Let me come, I have rubber GU and am not afraid of electricity. Shu Chengqing. Okay, there is one more thing left. The rewards are distributed according to work, and we can act together in the future. Lin Yu. Are you working hard? I'm also working hard for the territory. Today is fine. I'm not very busy at Bai Mo Yu. It was fine if he didn't reply, but when he did, he immediately exploded. After all, the former Lin Yu was a celebrity. In the whole school, the most famous vault hunter apprentice, he hunted ghouls quickly and ruthlessly, whether it was with firearms, unarmed combat, secret runes, or simulated imperial GU, he could easily catch them. The most powerful thing is that his theoretical courses are also among the best, and few people of the same period in the Starlight Academy can catch up. Yu Yao Yao. Lin Yu, why did you choose the Lord of the Vault? Are you crazy? Shu Chengqing. Oh, I can't figure it out either. Yao Yao said that she will bear all your GU and equipment in the early stage. Is it true that, as those posts said, you are afraid of fighting, afraid of real blood? Not bloody. I don't believe it. You were the one I was most optimistic about. Lin Yu. Don't worry everyone, the life of the Lord is not bad, maybe we will have a chance to cooperate in the future. That being said, how could Lin Yu be willing to let others bear his own money, and the resources invested by the family have not been paid off now? Let alone a woman. Yu Yao Yao. If you have any trouble, just say it, don't turn the corner and play word games. I can't beat you. Anyway, if your territory is attacked, just call me. If you don't call me, I will personally come over and blow your head off. Quote. Long Dabao. You can't beat him, Yao Yao. You Yao Yao. Kill him to death. Lin Yu. Wipe. Are there any threads? The corner of Lin Yu's mouth twitched suddenly, and his face became ugly. Are vault lords really that annoying? Boring. Sleep. Lin Yu was too lazy to chat with them, but he also felt the concern of these students. Their class, perhaps different from other classes, is more united. So a group of 30 people are all attached to each other. At the beginning, they planned to recommend Lin Yu as the leader of the class of vault hunters. As a result, he directly became the lord. The bottom line was drawn, and most people were shocked, but also felt very sorry. Even the last few felt that their thighs were gone, and they were afraid for a few days. Lin Yu fell asleep in a daze. Under the warmth of spiritual energy, his body was still absorbing and changing quietly. Soon, a small figure suddenly appeared in the room. It's an elephant worm. It swayed from side to side and flew for a while, followed by another GU. It exudes a shimmer like moonlight, which looks brighter. That is moonlight wine bug GU. It has no combat effect and can only be used to make wine, but through its warming, the wine will become very magical. Strengthening bones, enhancing spiritual power, or strengthening muscles and bones, etc., are also extremely expensive to sell. Of course, whether to buy or sell depends on its owner. Because the wine worm GU only brews wine for one creature in its life, they warm and nourish the wine with a unique liquid that contains extremely powerful spiritual power. So without reaching a certain degree of intimacy, there will be no winemaking power. Wine worm GU is very precious. Moonlight wine worm GU evolved from rank 2 wine worm GU, and it is a very popular type of rank 3 GU. Hold head high. The elephant master GU let out a ferocious but low voice, and then the moonlight wine bug GU trembled immediately, and went towards Lin Yu, transforming into the appearance of the beautiful silver-haired woman before. She was wearing a moon-white nightdress, which looked very peaceful and gentle. The elephant master GU is on the left, and he tried his best to transform it, but it is not a human-shaped GU, so he can only transform it according to his own imagination, and turned into a wheat-colored skin, small and exquisite, but quite tolerant, girl. There are also 2 sharp upper fangs protruding from the corners of the mouth. Wu Liu's eyes rolled a few times, showing great interest in the flesh. After looking at Lin Yu's body repeatedly, his eyes flickered watery a few times. Get into his left chest. The next day, Lin Yu woke up and found that his arms were heavy. Sure enough, the life of a real treasure lord is different from the comfort in the academy. The humidity here makes my body heavy. He sobered up a bit, and wanted to raise his hand, only to find that it was indeed heavy. Then looked down. I wipe. Well, oh. The little elephant and the moonlight wine insect GU woke up at the same time, and the 2 cute GU spirit girls rubbed their eyes and looked at Lin Yu in confusion. My lord, you are awake. 2 sweet voices sounded at the same time. The corner of Lin Yu's mouth twitched. Sure enough, the life of the lord was more comfortable. Ding. Territory harvest. Get 153 synthesis points. The system will convert it into synthesis points according to the development and changes of the territory every day. In addition, Lin Yu will also trigger the acquisition of synthesis points after completing certain things. For example, at the end of meditation, you can get 5 to 10 points according to the length of meditation. Learning knowledge, according to the income, can get 5 to 10 points. If you kill some ghouls, you can get more. Synthesis points can be used for evolution and synthesis. Both direct evolution and complex synthesis will produce more powerful GU spirits, so the accumulation of evolution points is the most important thing. This is also one of the reasons why Lin Yu chose the Secret Lord. Secret treasure hunters do not have territorial income, while lords have a daily fixed amount of income that goes into their pockets. As long as Lin Yu manages his territory well. It was gradually getting full light. In the blood-red dawn, the light color once again descended, as if the light from the red crystal illuminated Lin Yu's territory. Lin Yu put on a clean lord uniform, and needs to continue searching nearby today. Near the corpse of a giant beast, there will be many small corpses. According to the speculation of scholars, this is like when a whale falls, all things are born. A 10,000-meter giant beast can feed thousands of spirit beasts. Not just the physical body, but after the death of a giant beast, it is full of spiritual power and the majestic power that is constantly dissipating and rippling from various laws. Can be absorbed. After spending a morning, Lin Yu was at the southeast corner of the base, which was originally near the thigh of the mountain and sea giant elephant. A nest was found, and after digging up the loose soil, a creek was seen. The stream is clear, with a gurgling sound, and there are a few ghouls in it, which are ghouls with no fighting ability, swallowing beast fish. These fish will not actively attack humans, and have weird shapes, ranging from 150 kilograms to 1500 kilograms, and the maximum length can reach 4.5 meters. The meat is delicious, and there is a high probability that there will be no GU spirit after killing it. The extremely rare beast swallowing fish will appear small swallowing GU. Little Tun GU can have the ability to devour, but its ability is relatively limited, and it belongs to rank 1 GU. Although it is a rank 1 GU, some vault hunters who have just graduated from the academy will choose to use it. A person's ability is limited. Depending on the talent, there is an upper limit to the strength that can withstand GU. Once the upper limit is reached, there will be no blessing. The contract will not be successful either. So the options are varied. For example, some people will choose a top grade rank 9 GU. Possesses a kind of extreme supernatural power. But some people will choose to use 4, 5, or even 6 rot combinations to obtain a wealth of various divine powers. Different effects can bring completely different powers. It will be of great benefit when searching for hidden treasures. Lin Yu picked up the beast swallowing fish, but under the coercion of the baby elephant, they didn't dare to move at all. He could only tremble in the water instinctively, letting Lin Yu fish it out. Then, start grilling. Sprinkle all kinds of spices, cut the mouth, brush with oil and sauce, and the taste slowly begins to permeate. Wow! The corner of Moonlight Wine Bug Goo's mouth was slowly drooling. But her personality is more gentle and a little reserved. Eat every month. Lin Yu named her Yuayu. But no contract has been signed yet. Because Lin Yu is still hesitating. The Moonlight Wine Bug GU can only be used to brew wine. Although it is very beneficial for improving various abilities, it is not a fighting type. In the next period of time, his territory will definitely recruit many helpers, either ordinary people or domesticated ghouls. Maybe also cost your own contract cap. This upper limit is not defined, and Lin Yu has not tested it, so he does not know. Wow! Yuayu took a sip, and her mouth was full of saliva. She never thought that the food of the human race was so delicious. In a short while she ate the whole swallowing beast fish. His belly was slightly distended, his hair fluttered, and there was a happy smile on his gentle face. His slightly pale face was slightly flushed, his beautiful eyes blinked a few times, and he stared at Lin Yu who was still busy not far away. He didn't know what to write, and suddenly felt a little shy. My lord, do you want to make a contract with me? The way to coexist with the human race is no longer a secret, so I took the initiative to make this request. Because the secret lord, I have never seen Moonlight Wine Bug GU either. This is a rare species among humans. Most humans are treasure hunters looking for treasures. Such a gentle and easygoing lord seems to be rare. Lin Yu scratched his head and made up his mind. The auxiliary type is the auxiliary type. I also have a synthesis system, and it will definitely not be as simple as brewing wine in the future. So Lin Yu stretched out his hand and communicated with the Moonlight Wine Bug GU at the soul level. Ding! The contract was successful. Currently Moonlight Wine Bug can evolve. Synthesis Scheme 1. Flame Gem, Dragon Beard. Synthesis Plan 2. The Forest Soul Witch's Staff, Moonlight GU. Synthesis Scheme 3. The system lists more than a dozen synthesis schemes in a series, and in addition to materials, it only costs 500 synthesis points. Materials need to be collected. Lin Yu suddenly laughed. There is a plan that he just can buy. Synthesis requires materials, and evolution simply requires 1200 synthesis points. But now Lin Yu doesn't have many synthesis points, so I need to save some to deal with some emergencies. Of course he leans more towards synthesis. So during this break, Lin Yu opened the class chat group on the communicator. Lin Yu, I need Heart of the Ocean Mermaid's Tail. If you have any, please pay attention to them and buy them. Yu Yao Yao, open a deal, I have it. Lin Yu, Yao Yao, Don't buy it on the black market and sell it to me at a low price. I'm a lord now and I'm rich. Yu Yao Yao. Tisk, Lin Yu, I just want to give it to you. Long Dabao. I'm envious. Shu Zhen. I'm envious. Chen Zhang. I'm envious. Shu Chengqing. Hateful. At this moment, in a forest of bones, the beautiful woman with short hair who was leaning against a huge corpse gritted her teeth. There was a streak of camouflage painted on her face, which was very charming. Coupled with a hot figure and sharp eyes, it is the most beautiful scenery in the team of vault hunters. The black battle uniform is like scales, and the mechanical wings behind it can burst out multiple tracking bullets. This is rank 4 mechanical thunder snake GU. She also has 2 guns, both of which are transformed by GU with a certain nothingness characteristic, and possess extremely powerful destructive power. Among the newly graduated secret treasure hunters, they can be said to shine brilliantly. This girl is Yu Yao Yao. Lin Yu, Yu Yao Yao opened the address book, chose a person and said, "Send Heart of the Ocean and Mermaid Tale to Territory 9527, and he has already paid for it." "Okay, miss, it will be delivered soon." A slightly old-fashioned voice sounded from the other end of the communicator. Turning off the communicator, Yu Yao Yao went out to take a look. Then he took out the camera function of the communicator and took a picture of the scene in front of him. 36 meters long and weighing 10,210 kilograms, the 5-turn white-eyed giant snake is a giant among 5-turn ghouls, born on top of the corpses of giant beasts such as king snakes. This piece of bone forest is a huge snake corpse. But it is strange that this snake-like monster has so many bones. It seems to be a species that is not recorded in the illustrated book. Yu Yao Yao is a very young girl. She single-handedly went to a hidden location recorded in the family's secret map, which she bought herself from a travel scholar many years ago. The route here was recorded, but unfortunately, the scholar didn't dare to enter it, so he could only watch from the outside, so he didn't get much information. The moment Yu Yao Yao sent it, suddenly, the sky darkened. A mournful cry came from her ear. Woo! There was a gust of wind, and a strange red shoe appeared in front of her. Suspended in midair. Then the shoes emitted a strange and dazzling red light, bursting out. Yu Yao Yao suddenly couldn't see anything clearly. Was found. Hateful. Bang bang bang. The wings behind her spread out immediately. 16 violently exploding bullets erupted, and then a burst of powerful momentum pushed her far away. When turning around again, Yu Yao Yao's right hand changed again, and the phantom of a GU spirit expanded instantly, baring its teeth and claws and roaring towards the red shoe in front of it. Then when the countless rays of brilliance weaved and changed like silk threads, they turned into a cannon barrel like the mouth of an abyss, winding around Yao Yao's hand. Yu Yao Yao gritted her teeth and uttered this swear word. If someone was around, she would probably be stunned by this sentence. When a stunning beauty utters the swear words that men love to say, the style is really extraordinary. Boom! A large amount of her original spiritual power was gathered at the muzzle, and a beam of light burst out and sprayed towards the red shoe. But what was strange was that a red paper umbrella appeared in the space and opened with a snap. The paper umbrella spun for a moment, blocking the blow. Then, the entire bone forest shook, and a bloody mouth over a kilometer suddenly rose from the ground, swallowing Yu Yao Yao in one gulp. Whoosh! It seemed as if he had entered some kind of space, and then the whole forest of bones calmed down, only the fragments of bones kept beating. ... Ding! Ding! Lin Yu frowned. He was enjoying the sunset, admiring the azure blue sun, when he suddenly felt 2 receiving messages ringing in the address book. Open it and have a look. Heart of the Ocean, Mermaid Tale. In addition to the extreme ice crystal in my hand, I can synthesize a GU spirit with the characteristics of the sea, and it may even make Yuyu evolve. If after the synthesis, the ability can be increased to reach 4 turns, that would be great. Okay, preparations are over. Yuyu, ready to try the first synthesis. It is good. Yuyu moved lightly with lotus steps, walked up to Lin Yu, and waited with her hands behind her back. After Lin Yu got the materials, he spent 500 synthesis points, and a ray of light fell, continuously melting the power of Heart of the Ocean, Mermaid Tale, and Extreme Ice Crystal into countless light clusters, and then merged into Yuyu in the body. Swish! The light dissipated and the shape changed. The Moonlight Wine Bug GU began to change, the original silver-haired beautiful girl disappeared, replaced by the Ji-Yu spirit body exuding the brilliance of the moon. At night, the light of 3 moons shone on her through the foggy sky. Then changed quickly. All the energy-related breaths around were swallowed by Yu. The girl seemed to have grown up again, and her skin had become fairer, not pale. The figure has also become more graceful. Ah, have I evolved? Yu let out an exclamation. She spread her hands, and a cloud of liquid appeared between her hands. The power of moonlight was very strong, reflecting light like crystal. Lin Yu looks through the system panel, and can see all her information at the moment. Auxiliary Ji-Yu 4-turn Moon Queen Ji-Yu. Characteristic 1. Holy, can absorb moonlight as power storage. The place where it is located will speed up the evolution of the territory at night, and it will be easier to form a habitable life zone. Characteristic 2. The pure, secreted liquid of love can strengthen the brewed wine by 100%, and permanently increase various abilities. Skill. Accelerated brewing, Queen of Water. The host can share 10% of the ability. At the same time, after becoming a new rank 4 Ji-Yu spirit, Lin Yu can evolve her into a more powerful existence only by collecting enough materials and consuming synthesis points. What surprised Lin Yu the most was the Moon Queen Ji-Yu that has evolved in this way consumes exactly the same contract burden as when the contract was first signed. No increase. That means, Lin Yu can still contract more Ji-Yu worms in the future. Even if it is a rank 1, rank 2 Ji-Yu worm evolves to rank 9, or even sublimates to a god Ji-Yu, it still takes a rank 1 control. Well, we can't be so sure, we need further confirmation, he thought. Lin Yu's eyes suddenly became clear, and when he looked up at the moon, the light from the 3 moons could also be inhaled by him as wisps of breath, and the growth of various physical statistics all of a sudden accelerated a lot. Incredible. Liquor Worm Ji-Yu is worthy of being an auxiliary good Ji-Yu, no wonder it is liked by so many vault hunters. 4 turns of the Moon Queen Ji-Yu are even more holy and beautiful. Yu. Lin Yu called out with a smile. As a humanoid Ji-Yu, Yu possesses the physical temperature of a human being. In contrast, the little elephant does not. She will still be as cold as an ordinary insect carapace. It feels like touching cold iron. Hold head high. The elephant let out a roar. Let Yu stop all of a sudden, not daring to jump into Lin Yu's arms, while her shoulders trembled in various ways, and then the body of the elephant master Ji-Yu landed on Lin Yu's shoulders, exuding majesty towards Yu. Ha ha ha, I'm jealous, Lin Yu said cheerfully, and stretched out his hand to stroke the little elephant's head. Ang! The elephant rubbed against his palm a few times. But at this time, Lin Yu's communicator almost exploded. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Shu Chengqing. At Lin Yu come out soon. Something happened to Yao. I can't be contacted anymore. Long Dabao. Brother at Lin Yu. Brother Yu. Come out and have a look. Chen Zhang. Brother Yu. Momo. Lin Yu. Don't pretend to be dead. Come out quickly. You must be the last one to contact Yao. Please tell us what you said, so we can save people. After Lin Yu finished reading it, his heart suddenly jumped. The elephant master Ji-Yu and his mind are connected, and immediately knew the change of the master's mentality, and suddenly became impatient. Ang! It's asking what happened. I have a friend who seems to have disappeared. Hold head high. The elephant master Ji-Yu let out a heavy cry, and the words reached Lin Yu's mind. I can control the corpse of the mountain and sea giant elephant to walk, but it will be very slow. Lin Yu squinted his eyes. It's not the time yet, we have to speed up. I will complete all the corpses within half a month, and raise you to rank 6. Elephant Master Ji-Yu, rank 6. That is Dragon Elephant Ji-Yu. The power it has will be 100 times what it is now, and so will the heavy pressure, and the territory will be expanded several times as a result, but it will take time to evolve into a livable land. Ang! The Elephant Master Ji-Yu roared again. I can use the elephant prestige to attract lowly Ji-Yu insects to obey orders. Lin Yu's eyes suddenly lit up. Yes, what I need is a group. Try it, help me to recruit Coolie Ji-Yu. Hold head high. Immediately, an elephant's cry resounded through the sky, and the dark clouds in the sky gathered and turned into whirlpools, rolling slowly. The rumbling thunder spread along with the elephant's prestige, and the breath swept away like a circular wave. Wei Miniang, who was far away in a valley, looked back at the territory of the corpse of the mountain and sea giant elephant in doubt, and suddenly the corner of her mouth raised. What is this pretty kid doing? He seems a little anxious. Did he miss me? There is a long red skirt behind Gui Miniang. Under the red skirt, there are a pair of pure white jade legs. They walk barefoot on the ground, but they do not touch any dust. She was waiting for a flower to bloom at the most critical moment. The legendary Ghost King Bianwa only appears on the Ghost King's corpse. The Ghost King is an extremely rare creature in this world. Human beings have only discovered one for the time being, and one in 5,000 years. Because the body is too large, it will turn into a bunch of ghosts after death, and the Ghost King's other flower blooms in the heart of the Ghost King. Gui Mei Niang is a ghoul born among ghosts, so of course she knows where her heart is. She absorbed the aura of countless ghouls, and devoured the Gu spirits that ghouls turned into after death, and then she cultivated to rank 5. And it is about to break through to rank 6. Gu worms at the same stage actually have strengths and weaknesses. For example, some rank 6 Gu worms are leaders, queens, brave beasts, etc. Such existences can command ghouls. Absolutely unwilling to be subdued by humans and become devourers or partners. Gui Mei Niang is such an existence. It is equivalent to the female emperor of this piece of ghosts. So she can't control Lin Yu's affairs, but since she is a neighbor, she must check. So she gave an order. On the spot, from the depths of the ghost monster, countless blood-sucking mosquitoes flew up, densely packed, and the number was unknown, and they flew towards the territory of the mountain and sea giant elephant. That is Lin Yu's Shanghai town. Lin Yu entered the address book while the little elephant was calling Kuli Gu. Lin Yu, I saw it. First find the coordinates, the alliance must have them, post the chat records in the address book, and take out the coordinates. Shu Chengqing. It's a secret. Long Dabao. This place is the treasure house of the Yu family, so we can't ask about it. Momo. Lin Yu, don't be a treasure lord, turn around. Come and be the leader of the treasure hunters, we all listen to you. Lin Yu. Seeing this, Lin Yu withdrew from the group chat, and then learned the appearance of the ghoul based on the signal sent by Yu Yaoyao. Red embroidered shoes, red umbrella. There were more than 100 pairs of eyes behind, and that was not many ghouls. But a ghoul, belonging to the ancient species of ghouls, they are called blood moon twins. The main body is red embroidered shoes, which should look like a girl, while the fighting body is a big snake with a height of 1,000 to 50,000 meters. I don't know how big this big snake is. It depends on how far the girl has grown. The origin of the ghoul is very interesting. It comes from the story of Girl and Toy. The girl's toys were robbed. She was bullied and humiliated since she was a child, and even her parents didn't care about her, so she turned into a wraith, attached to the corpse, and became a ghoul. This is a rank 6 ghoul. Of course there is a chance to get expensive rank 6 GU directly after killing it. Any rank 6 GU, once it appears, it will definitely be snapped up, and the big players will never be stingy with the money in their hands. Because rank 6 GU represented a strong combat power, it would be even better if it was an auxiliary GU, representing the enhancement of a Vault Hunter's talent. If it is the Earth Phase GU, then you will get rich, at least a territory of 50,000 meters, and even mineral veins can be born. If it is a Celestial Phase GU, that is a sky-high price. Celestial Phase GU represents climate, wind direction, changes in time and space, and can even affect flow speed. No matter what he got, Lin Yu was not interested. The most important thing now was to repay that girl's favor. This Yu Yaoyao was too courageous. How dare you provoke a rank 6 ghoul? And it's still such a special existence. In the address book, Lin Yu searched for a while, and then opened an avatar. A holographic communication request has been sent. After a while, ding, Kai. Oh, young master of the Lin family, it's a great honor for you to think of me, but I heard that you seem to have become the lord of the secret store. Why, what reason made you choose to torture yourself? In the Terran Alliance, Kai, a businessman from the North Alliance. A fat merchant with big gold teeth. Get me the place where the Blood Moon twins are most likely to appear nearby. No problem, 10,000 gold coins, will you pay or the family? Lin Yu said with a sullen face, I pay, I owe. Tisk, master, it's not a good habit to owe money. Lin Yu frowned, and then said threateningly, think about it again. Kai fell into silence, a long silence, his round eyes were spinning wildly, and then the corners of his mouth twitched. Okay, young master, remember that you owe me 10,000 gold coins. Anyway, I just want news. Lin Yu turned off the communication. There is a little story between him and Kai. It was when he was in college, this businessman who came to make a living in the Eastern League owed a huge favor to Lin Yu. So no matter how business-minded he is, he will not refuse Lin Yu's small request, which is why Lin Yu still keeps his address book. With a sigh of relief, the next step is to wait. Lin Yu watched the changes in Shanghai town in his Heart Lord's small villa. In less than half an hour, a flying insect flew from a distance. Exudes a black mist, very light. They are all a group of rank 1 GU worms. With a glance, the information about the little elephant reached Lin Yu's mind. 80 rank 1 Coolie GU. Master, do you want to sell it? Lin Yu smiled wryly, of course not selling. Call them over and get ready for a big fight. Chapter 11. Ding, evolution points, 1050. Gold coin, 6,700. Poverty. Lin Yu knows that there is still a need to continue transitioning in the early stage, but it is not difficult. Evolution points will be earned every day, and after Shanghai town is opened, in addition to the living area, the wild area will be surrounded by various auras, and then some usable materials will be born. Even edible wild mushrooms, plants and so on. If you further evolve your own territory, ordinary creatures will be born, the kind of harmless ghouls that can be used to make food. So there will be money. Ordinary treasure lords. It will take a long time to reach this point, but Lin Yu can already start to look ahead, and this is the third day. Soon, 80 Coolie GU flapped their wings and hovered in front of Lin Yu. Coolie Gu's face is very bitter, the corners of the eyes are drooping, it looks like he has suffered a lot of grievances. This is the most common type of GU spirit on the mainland. They don't have much wisdom, and they instinctively accept carrying heavy items. If they don't carry them for a long time, their backs will be very uncomfortable. If they don't dig or do something, their pincers will degenerate and even fall off. There was a chirping sound, and Lin Yu smiled wryly. This kind of GU is really funny and sad. And because they have no fighting ability, the paws with spiritual power are only painful to ordinary people, so few vault hunters like them. The price is beyond words. In short, it has finally reached 100 gold coins. 80 Coolie GU, all sold for 8,000 gold coins, but obviously Lin Yu didn't intend to do this. The little elephant was able to summon 80, which meant that it was all in this area. Their presence will be good for Lin Yu to expand Shanghai town. All contracts. Lin Yu gave the order, and then the system automatically flew out rays of light, all submerged in a Coolie GU. Ding. The contract is successful, please choose a leader. Lin Yu immediately chose the most courageous one, because it dared to fly the closest distance to the baby elephant. Then it signed the more unique contract, the chief contract. Squeak, squeak, thank you master. The leader of Coolie GU let out a male voice with a little childishness, which entered Lin Yu's ears. Well, from now on your name will be Akiong. Lin Yu randomly chose a more recognizable name. For him, the burden of 80 Coolie GU is very small. Almost less than 1%, but next, Lin Yu's attempt is not so simple. He wants group evolution. If after evolution, these 80 GU still do not burden him, it means that the previous theory is correct, and he can cultivate it from the bottom of the pyramid. If he failed, then Lin Yu would have to devour the 80 Coolie GU to gain their power, so the price of failure is not high. System, group evolution. Ding. Consume 800 synthesis points. Evolve Coolie GU. Ding. Evolution succeeded. Obtained. Turn 2 Coolie powerful GU. All Coolie GU get physical strength enhancement, pincer enhancement, body size increase by 50%, strength increase by 120%. Leader, Ah Chang, gets the skill, struggle. Fighting. It can gather the morale of the GU worms, improve their will, improve the cohesion of order execution, and increase enthusiasm by 10%. Ha ha. Lin Yu suddenly smiled with his hands behind his back. This skill is good, it is specially made for Coolie GU. Squeak. Ah Chang showed a determined expression. After increasing in size, it reached about 1 meter, and they themselves can use aura as a form to attach to the outside of the body, opening up an aura force field, so it is equivalent to a giant man about 3 meters. So Lin Yu issued detailed orders. 39 Kuli Gu moved buildings within the territory, and built houses on the land transformed from the inner skin of the giant elephant's corpse, whether it was a wooden house or a stone brick house. Of course, the so-called stone bricks are also made from the bones of giant beasts. It can be piled up by grinding, and then connected together with aura. The other 20 went out to look for them. Once they found a corpse, they would move it immediately. If there were ghouls on the corpse, they would report the location. There are 20 more to dig up the soil, dig out all the places with rich aura, and plant them. The rest are all handed over to Ah Chang to control. Lin Yu's order to Ah Chang is very simple, to build a home as soon as possible, and then it can be used for Kuli Strong Gu to live in. If there is anything missing, let's talk about it. Squeak. The pair of tentacles in front of Ah Chang shook a few times, and then roared behind him. A red halo spread out, and all Kuli Strong Gu entered the state of struggling, and the 3 pairs of legs crawled faster, and began to carry busy. These Kulis are strong, stronger than the previous Kulis Gu, much larger in size, and most importantly, they don't need to be fed, they can just eat dirt. It's getting better and better. Territory development is much more convenient. Lin Yu is still looking forward to it. Night, 1 past 12. Lin Yu immediately received 301 synthesis points. Nearly 100 more than before. And when there are many buildings and the territory is more prosperous, more evolution points will be produced every day. Evolution Kuli Gu, the most common rank 1 Gu, requires very few evolution points, but it will cost more to go from rank 2 to rank 3. Before the 4th turn, there is actually no need to synthesize them. Only waste of material. Today is a blood moon, and the red and soft halo is rendered, making Lin Yu's spiritual master's manor look like the interior of a red crystal. Quite nice. In a month, there will be 28 days, which are blood moons, blue moons, and bright moons alternately. Each represents a different strength gain. And there are 2 or 3 days, which are the same day in March. Those were the days when the skeleton activity was the most intense. Kei's news came. Kai, Master, I found the place you mentioned, in Kanazuki Valley, 243 kilometers away from you. Lin Yu. Route. Kai, the route is quite troublesome. You need to cross a deep valley. You can't get through without flying Gu. It will take a few days. If you want to go, I recommend our latest rank 4 Gu, Flying Bubble Gu, which is very cheap. You only need 30,000. Sizzle. Lin Yu hung up the address book, and soon, a map was transmitted, which was just all the routes in the overhead view seen by the giant high-altitude Gu through the fog. Straight road. Lin Yu judged the nearby route. Then opened the class address book. Sent this map. Lin Yu. The Shinwayu Valley is probably the place where Yao Yao was swallowed by the Blood Moon twins. If she disappeared suddenly, before she could send out a signal, she was obviously swallowed by the 100-eyed snake god of the Blood Moon twins. Quote. It cannot transmit communication signals in its body. Shu Chengqing. Let's go, stop talking. Long Dabao. Brother Yu, take a look in the grade group, what those people discuss is not good for you. Lin Yu frowned. Entered the grade group. A group of thousands of people who became vault hunters or vault lords at the same time. A bunch of people were discussing about Yu Yaoyao's disappearance. It was unknown who leaked the news, and someone mentioned Lin Yu. Yu Xiaoju. I knew that Lin Yu was unreliable. If Yu Yaoyao and my brother, this kind of thing would happen. Fang Yuan. That's right, isn't the Lord of the Secret Store just a watchdog? When the tide of ghouls starts to attack, I'm afraid he will rely on us to help defend him. Shu Shu. The 3rd class is very united, not to mention that Lin Yu is a nice person and worth helping. Tian Gang. Shu, come to Dirty Heart Ranch, there are rank 4 Lord Ghouls here, I'm missing you. After reading the message, Lin Yu just smiled lightly. They didn't choose what to say, they were all 18 years old at the same time, some were mature and some were naive, and there were quite a few who were complacent even after achieving some achievements. He is not that kind of person. So after quitting the address book, I contacted Shu Chengqing. Lin Yu, you guys go first, give me the first-hand information, I will definitely arrive within 10 days, and the digestion cycle of the 100-eyed snake god is 15 days, so it's too late. In a word, exuding a touch of self-confidence, Xu Chengqing also stabilized his mind. Xu Chengqing. Well, any information will be sent as soon as possible, and Yao Yao's family doesn't care about her. Lin Yu froze for a moment. Typed 3 words in response. Understood. The next day, Lin Yu got 350 synthesis points. After a day's hard work, the coolies built up small soil pockets one by one, and there were already preliminary streets and gathering areas in the route planned by Lin Yu. Coupled with the addition of the Moon Queen to the entire territory, a thin layer of tool-like domain covers the periphery of the territory, absorbing aura, creating aura, and increasing the concentration of aura. Making the soil bags harder and more solid can also make the soil in the pits more spiritual. These soil bags are big and small. Large earth bags are used for public buildings. Lin Yu plans to open a tavern, a weapon shop, a pharmacy, a blacksmith shop, a tailor shop, a bounty commission, and many other useful shops. The small soil bag is the place of residence. It was rented out to vault hunters to inhabit. Of course, Lin Yu also left a private area under absolute control for himself. He intends to build a castle around the heart of the giant elephant. These are almost never imagined in the minds of other lords. Why? Because other lords may not even be able to survive the first wave of ghouls, but Lin Yu is fully sure. The tide of ghouls will definitely not come in the first month. So he can still sit back and relax. But the pace of development also needs to be accelerated again. Another day passed. When dawn comes, the baby elephant came back from the head of the giant elephant corpse. The news came when I returned to the vicinity of the wooden house. Master, quick, the baby elephant seemed to be in a hurry. Lin Yu turned over and got up immediately, and immediately came out of the hut in the heart, looking at the head of the giant mountain and sea beast. What's wrong? There is a wave of ghouls. There are many, densely packed. The elephant seemed a little suffocated. Ghoul wave. Take me there. Lin Yu took the academy-made pistol and the rune longsword for melee combat, revealing a lean and steady temperament in his muscular and strong body. This is the physical quality he has trained in countless times of simulated hunting. If he hadn't chosen the Lord, Lin Yu would have been one of the best vault hunters in the same period. The baby elephant's wings fluttered, and a giant elephant blew, and then a khaki-yellow halo enveloped Lin Yu. The power of the earth is transferred to any place in the territory. Swish! Lin Yu appeared on the head of the mountain sea giant elephant. Even after being dead for an unknown number of years, the skin on the head has been mutilated, exposing a large number of white skulls, and the terrain is still very high. At least a few hundred meters, like a hill. In the distance, there are densely packed flying mosquitoes. Half a meter in size, at least hundreds of them. No, maybe more. Lin Yu took a visual inspection, with a serious expression on his face. They were flying very fast, and in a blink of an eye they got closer. Although this kind of harassment does happen frequently, even the cities at the core of the alliance will still be attacked by such flying ghouls. However, this is a bit outrageous. Attacks of this magnitude should not have occurred in the first month. Boom! Lin Yu raised his hand and fired, aiming at one of them extremely quickly, and the bullet pierced through the head of a blood-sucking mosquito with spiritual power. With a puff, blood burst out immediately. Then Lin Yu ordered, "Release Shangwei. Hold head high." Rumble. The terrifying coercion spread layer by layer, as if a giant elephant stepped down, and all the blood-sucking mosquitoes felt that their bodies became extremely heavy, and they could only fly with all their strength. But they are ghouls from ghost creatures, much stronger and tougher than those in ordinary areas. Bang bang. Lin Yu fired 2 more shots. The bullets that exploded were spiritual power. As long as the spiritual power in the body was still sufficient, it could turn into charged bullets that entered the rifling and then burst out. It's like a magician using fireball or magic missile. It's just a different expression in this world. Puff. A few blood-sucking mosquitoes had already turned into a pool of green blood and fell in the explosion. The rest of the mad mosquitoes seemed to have gone mad. Master, they have leaders, and my majesty cannot make them surrender. Lin Yu immediately replied, "Don't worry, continue to release, and kill any blood-sucking mosquitoes that dare to get close to you. This kind of ghouls are in groups, and it seems that there is a leader there." Lin Yu didn't know where they came from and what they were going to do, but it was obvious that these mosquitoes had a strong purpose, as if they were going to eat the corpse. But now the corpse of the mountain and sea giant elephant has turned into his territory, and there are still many missing parts that need to be supplemented. If it is eaten again, it will definitely be fragmented and it will be even more difficult to recover. Rumble. The majesty of the elephant continued to spread out in circular waves, and the coercion spread in all directions. Soon, a large blood-sucking mosquito appeared with a sharp cry. It is obviously different from other mad mosquitoes, densely packed mosquitoes, long pointed mouth, thin body and 3 pairs of transparent wings. The strange thing is that the body of ordinary blood-sucking mad mosquitoes looks like a crying face. This mad mosquito has fangs tooth grimace. I found it. This is the leader, little elephant. Help me open a way out. Hold head high. Shangwei strengthened again, and then the wings of the elephant master Jiyu hit a ring-shaped heavy pressure. Cast great power. Boom. A phantom of a gigantic elephant with a height of 1,000 meters suddenly appeared between the sky and the earth, and stepped on it with its nose and big feet, just in time for the entire swarm of mad mosquitoes. All the ordinary blood-sucking mosquitoes fell down one after another, and the mouth of the leader that was left behind was as sharp as a steel needle, and the color of poison appeared. Then an extremely strong toxic and irritating smell erupted. A gun has been aimed at it, though. Lin Yu supported his right hand with his left hand, and began to pour spiritual power into pistols. The pistols made by the Academy are very simple, and they can simply amplify the power of spiritual power explosions. However, he shares 5% of the elephant's giant strength, which is not an easy feature. A few strands of force were sucked back into the muzzle of the gun, as if a bursting fruit was embedded in the muzzle of the gun, constantly beating and growing like a heart. Boom. When the shot was fired, there was almost no ballistic trajectory, and then it directly exploded on the head of the leader of the blood-sucking mosquito. The blood donation Sha-La-La exploded directly. Its body was crumbling, its wings were burned by flames, Lin Yu's spiritual power was crazily corroding its wings, and it couldn't fly stably. Bang bang bang. 3 shots in a row, all 3 shots were explosive eggs, and hit the body again. The mad mosquito lost its vitality and fell down. Lin Yu, the Gun Ji-Yu simulation champion, even with the simplest standard pistol, can still play the 2 characteristics of precision and power, which is achieved through many times of practice. It is also his teacher's favorite place for him. Lin Yu, handjob, invincible in the same period. Continue to release Shangwei. Lin Yu put away the standard pistol, then gasped for breath to recover, poured a lot of spiritual power, and used great power as a special effect. With an outstanding blow, he killed the leader of the second-ranked blood-sucking mad mosquito. Lin Yu calculated very precisely. The little elephant got the order and continued to output the Shangwei domain, making those wild mosquitoes almost enter the state of headless flies after losing the leader's call and order. They could only make a buzzing noise, flying around, and a few of them prostrated themselves on the ground, trembling. It was as if an elephant's hoof was hovering above its head, and it would fall down at any moment and smash them into powder. Lin Yu called out, and Ah Chang, who had been carrying stones and various kinds of wood in Shanghai town, flew over from a distance, and jumped in front of Lin Yu. Move their corpses and look for Ji-Yu spirits. Yes. Ah Chang called out, and one after another figures appeared from the territory, heading towards the battlefield. Lin Yu himself couldn't cope with the brief invasion encounter. But with the majesty and giant strength of the little elephant, even if it is a group of blood-sucking mad mosquitoes, there is no need to be afraid. But here comes the question. Lin Yu's eyes turned slightly cold. He murmured, "Weak and small groups know that it is very difficult to defeat. Why do they gather together to invade the territory? There are ghouls manipulating it." He came to a conclusion immediately. At this time, among the ghosts, the Empress Gui Miniang let out a silver bell-like laugh. Glancing in the direction of Shanghai town, he murmured to himself, "This young man is really powerful. He is much more useful than those garrisoned Terran Alliance troops. Maybe he will be a very powerful lord in the future. However, I was originally here to help you, so enjoy yourself, at least the treasures will continue to flow. That way, you won't be able to spoil my business." Gui Miniang said a few more words, and there was a white mist around her like a streamer, and she inhaled a few wisps, adding to the richness. The source of this white mist is a bana flower that is taller than her and surrounded by bloody fields. The surrounding ground seemed to be cursed, exuding a thick bloody aura. And this also caused Gui Miniang's body to change slightly, as if weaving a long skirt and turning it into a crown. Vientiane is coming. Night. Still a blood moon. In the red crystal shining territory, Lin Yu is instructing Ah Cheng to carry the spoils. Among the corpses of hundreds of blood-sucking mad mosquitoes, 12 rank 2 GU spirits were obtained, named blood-sucking GU. It is quite similar in size to the blood-sucking mad mosquito, but only half the size of a palm, with a slender body and 2 pairs of wings. There is blood flowing on its body, and it has a thirst for blood. Under the blood moon, it is more active. Under the bright moon, it is more decadent. Calling the system softly, a transparent box appeared in front of Lin Yu's eyes, simply recording the data of the second-rank blood-sucking GU. Turn 2 Vampire GU. Characteristics. Cause more damage to objects that are torn from the wound, and will absorb blood to strengthen itself. Skill. Low-altitude flying. It is still a simple introduction. But it is already the maximum that can be listed. Low-altitude flying is different from gliding. Gliding needs a period of time to run up, but low-altitude flying can take off on the spot, but the flight is not high and not far away. Lin Yu left 1 blood-sucking GU, and planned to sell the rest. Blood-sucking GU is not that popular in the market, but because it can be cultivated and evolved, after sucking a lot of treasures or materials with spiritual energy, blood-sucking GU can evolve into blood-sucking mosquito man GU. So the price is around 2,000 gold coins. Lin Yu made a small fortune. Connect to Kai. Lin Yu opened the address book, and dialed the holographic phone number of businessman Kai with the voice intelligence system. Kai. Master. You are here again, do you want to pay back the money? Lin Yu said lightly. No, but I want to do business with you. I have 11 blood-sucking GU here. The talent potential has not been determined. You can test it yourself. Each one costs 2,500 gold coins and will be sold to you in a package. Kai. Oh, young master, don't be a treasure lord, come and do business with me, it's a pity if you don't do business with your temperament. Lin Yu. If I don't want to buy it, I'll sell it in the classmate group. They should be needed by someone, and there are people who can eat it. Kai. Buy. What's the point of not buying? 11 blood-sucking GU, if I have an epic talent, I'll be rich. Gambling. Who doesn't like this kind of mentality, especially businessmen, and when the loss is not much, for Kai, 10,000 to 20,000 gold coins are really not much, they have mines to mine, and the corpses there are often various mineral veins in the zone. Among them, gold mines account for a certain proportion, so there are more gold coins issued, and it has become a currency that has been in circulation for thousands of years, claiming that it will never change. And many more. Kai froze for a moment. How did you get so many blood-sucking GU? Did you rob a nest of blood-sucking GU? Young master, are you really just a person? Lin Yu smiled and said, if I am willing to tell others, I will definitely take it for identification and sell it to the Alliance. Kai. I knew it. It's definitely not that easy for you to be a treasure lord, ha ha ha. You don't have to pay back the 10,000 gold coins, and you will give me all the business like this in the future, give me all. Kai became excited all of a sudden, and he was most at ease when dealing with a friend like Lin Yu, because Lin Yu would not be cheated, but he would never cheat anyone either. Now, in a bustling city with dark tones and Gothic architecture, Kai in the cylindrical white porcelain villa sat up from the round bed. He raised his hand and said to an empty place, can you give me a glass of water, Ms. Lily? Okay, my master. A weird human-shaped flower came over in a maid outfit, stretched out its arms to a length of 3 meters, like a vine, and handed Kai a glass of water. And Kai stared directly at the address book and sat down. The high-backed stool behind him strode over in big strides, and reached his buttocks when he sat down. Come on, it's not bad at all. Aha, the young master is really amazing. I knew him before because his potential is simply mythical. Of course, it's a bit disrespectful to say that. I know it's definitely not that easy for the young master to be the lord of the secret treasure. Is he the real lord? It's thanks to those daily newspapers that the son of the Starlight Academy is worthless. When the time comes, your faces will be smashed. Kai accepted the transaction application of the 11 blood-sucking GU very excitedly, and then attached his own 30,000 gold coins. The extra 2,500 gold coins are to thank Lin Yu for not giving up on himself and breaking the pot. Kai, Master, I'm so happy to see that you chose to be the Lord of the Vault for a greater purpose, not because of anger. Lin Yu, I don't have anything to be angry about. Okay, let's talk about another deal. What? Kai froze for a moment, and stopped drinking water. Lin Yu, I still have 7 days, time is running out, within an hour, buy me enough rank 3 clay GU, rank 3, must be rank 3. Kai's brow twitched, he really wanted to take back all the praise he had just given to Lin Yu. Turn 3 clay GU requires at least 200,000 gold coins. Lin Yu's holographic image shrugged. My friend, since you know my potential, you shouldn't just focus on the immediate benefits. Just now you said that 10,000 gold coins are not worth it, so now I still owe you 170,000. Jingle. Lin Yu turned the 30,000 gold coins around again. Then hung up the communication. 1 hour. I'm so. Kai was so angry that he blew his beard, feeling completely tricked. The young master bullies people. So bullying. He roared angrily a few times in his heart, then quickly opened his store system, searched for the 3rd rank clay GU, and soon found the silly-looking clay GU, bought it at a premium of 220,000, and gave it to Lin Yu. Sent it. Well, I lost a lot. After doing this, Kai looked fiercely at the blood-sucking Gus in front of him, then gritted his teeth and said, if you don't have an epic potential, I will lose a lot. Let's do something, blood-sucking Gus. Shanghai Town. Lin Yu quickly got the clay GU sent from the communicator and started to repair it. He doesn't have time to evolve this GU worm from rank 1 GU now. Clay GU is very big, with about 1 forearm, no wings, and crawls on 8 legs, and it is very simple, with a khaki-colored body and a carapace with lines on its back. When it is happy, it will make a buzzing sound. Now it seems to be quite happy, humming and vibrating all the time. Lin Yu directly concluded the contract. He wanted the rank 3 clay GU, it would be of great use. Ding. The contract was concluded successfully. Earth Phase GU clay GU. Characteristics. It turns into clay, fills in gaps, has strong adaptability and toughness, and is not afraid of anything except fire and space singularities. Skill. Differentiation. That's right, this thing is used to make up for leaks. As long as the 4 legs and the gaps in the belly of the mountain and sea giant elephant are filled, even if it is an old car, Lin Yu can go on the road. But if you want to be fast, you must let the elephant evolve again, or choose to synthesize it once. However, there are still many things missing, and we may continue to explore. The host successfully contracted 3 different GU worms, and got the mysterious reward, Iridium Spear. Lin Yu frowned. In the past, he would occasionally get a little extra synthesis points after completing some small achievements, but this was the first time for him to issue equipment treasures. Iridium gun. A rectangular column about 1 meter long, except for a handrail at the end, the rest is polished to the extreme, it looks like a mirrored column, that's all. Lin Yu scratched his head, picked up the handrail, and pointed the other end of the post somewhere. At this time, the sound of the gun of the helium mine was heard. Hi, hello, I am the phantom of the GU worm left by the god of space. Nice to meet you, my dear. Ah, what kind of creature are you? Lin Yu frowned. God GU. On top of rank 9 GU, the legendary illusory divine GU. The gods that have been excavated in the world today have all become spirits and stand on the opposite side of human beings. This guy actually came from a treasure house of God GU. Forget it, no matter what kind of creature you are my master now. I need 10 arium ore, and then I can spray something. I have the law of time and space God GU. The iridium spear suddenly moved, and then an average of 12 cracks of light appeared, purple light shot out from the cracks, and a black hole was constantly rotating at the muzzle of the gun. Then Iridium Spear said to himself again, forget it, it's fine once for free. I still have some strength in my stomach. I'm going to vomit, master. Puff. A ball of light spewed out from the iridium gun, scattered on the ground with a splash, splashing water stains flowed out, and there was a snow lotus flower inside. Lin Yu was even more puzzled, and scratched his head again. What the hell is this? Lin Yu opened the system interface, analyzed the gun of helium, and only included it in the illustrated book. Quickly got the simple panel. Iridium gun. Affiliation. Weapon. Special effects. No combat effect, but it contains a space black hole that can spew out many treasures. The treasures are completely random and require the power of iridium mine. Skill: Fury Spray, spend 60 iridium ore, can spew powerful and fluctuating cosmic products, chaos products, nothingness products, anti-boundary products, abyss products. Lin Yu was dumbfounded. Iridium, he knows this thing, and he clearly understands that it is very precious. At least one ellipse will appear in at least 100 ore veins. Therefore, the price of Yi ore is more than 10 million gold coins. Awesome. And this gun of Yi mine is even more interesting. There is a black hole in the body, which is usually a rectangular pillar, which can be used to knock people in close combat. When it is used, it will split layer by layer, like a combined rocket, emitting light, and after unfolding, it will eject items at about 2.5 meters. But it takes expensive helium ore. Then, the white lotus that it sprayed out just now is definitely not a mortal thing. Lin Yu received it in the system backpack. There is no illustration book, but the introduction can be planted. Growth is good for territory. The white lotus with 12 petals of lotus leaves has a pure white light, like a ball of milk, and it is also like a white fluff. When the consciousness is close, it will have a fragrance. It's amazing, the world is really full of wonders. Lin Yu came from the blue planet. When he traveled to this parallel world, the human race had already established a firm foothold in this cemetery continent. But thinking and many living habits are very strange, with advanced technology, but the environment is retro, so Lin Yu's thinking is still active. Therefore, the theory can be the first every year, and it is easier to accept magical things. In an instant, he understands that the helium gun in his hand may become a god in the future. Well, good stuff. Lin Yu put away the gun. Then he gave an order to the clay GU. Fill the loopholes in the territory. The incomplete part of the corpse of the mountain and sea giant elephant is divided and filled with clay. Observe, order, my lord. Okay, I got it, let's go. The corner of Lin Yu's mouth twitched, and the silly clay GU was lying on the ground like a young otter, talking slowly. It's like hitting a time-slow rune, every word has to be dragged on for a very, very long time. Ha, ha, clay GU crawls forward slowly, leaving mucus wherever it goes, and the mucus will flow to the leaks, and then fill and harden to form a wall. Lin Yu observed from a distance. Clay GU stays longer on land with large holes, and more clay will be differentiated. At this time, I have to praise the Moon Queen GU. Because she is here, the moonlight absorbed at night will turn into rich aura during the day, and the aura in the territory is abundant, so the clay differentiation of clay GU will continue to flow. Well, the next thing is to wait. At this moment, Lin Yu's communicator rang. Class group, Shu Changqing. I've already arrived. A large number of ghouls appeared on the outskirts of the Kanazuki Valley. 3 turn ghosts and 3 turn ghosts are all spiritual. Long Dabao. Who knows how to draw runes? Runes suppress ghosts. In the past few, the Yu family didn't care about Yao Yao. Momo. I'll be right there, where's Lin Yu? Isn't Lin Yu coming? There was a moment of silence in the group. Some were planning to smooth things over, some simply kept silent, and a few were completely disappointed with Lin Yu. Shu Changqing. Come on, he must come, he is still taking care of the territory, and he will be fine soon. Momo. Lin Yu. Don't take care of your broken territory, you hurry up and save Yao Yao. Lin Yu. You guys go first, give me all the information, there is still a chance, don't be blind, blood alone can't save people. The Yu family will not go to rescue themselves, let alone the Starlight Academy. Now almost the entire city's forums are paying attention to this incident. The young lady of the Yu family had an accident within less than a month after becoming a vault hunter. To be a joke. Momo. Okay, I beg you, save Yao Yao, I can do whatever you want. In a certain mountain and river, a tall and cold woman with short hair in a tight black battle suit bit her lower lip. Looking at the address book, he said secretly, Lin Yu, it's really up to you. Please come. This girl is Momo, and she still remembers how powerful the third squad led by Lin Yu was during the hundreds of simulated hunts. Lin Yu. Yes. Lin Yu hung up the communication, then returned to the room, and quickly fell asleep. After all, I don't need his help for the time being, just arrange it and wait until the synthesis point. Sleep until late at night. Lin Yu opened his eyes when the elephant called, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. Seeing the baby elephant turned into its own body and lying on its chest, it seemed that its chirping sound was a bit hasty. On, on, on. The mist exuded pink light, making Lin Yu frown. What's wrong? The little elephant faltered and said, there is a strong enemy, I feel it, master, we must take precautions in advance. Lin Yu's eyes lit up, he thought for a while, and immediately connected with today's blood-sucking mad mosquito. Oh, I see, he responded and got up immediately. Put on the Lord's clothes. Coming out of Xinfang Manor, one could still see coolies screaming in unison on top of the dirt bumps. It's like, the trackers are chanting. Lin Yu looked at the synthesis point. Synthesis point. 1091. Today's synthesis point has reached 400. In other words, even if there is no change in the territory, 400 synthesis points will be recorded every day, which is a very impressive number. Teleport to the head. Swish. The little elephant used the Earth Phase GU ability to move Lin Yu to the head of the mountain and sea giant elephant corpse. The trunk of the giant elephant has been cut off, and the bare head looks a little pitiful. After the head is affected by the earth, the terrain turned into a mountain. There are 2 round deep pits on the mountain, and this pit is the former eyeball. The radius is about 10 meters. The outer skin stood up, forming a wall of more than 10 meters. If it weren't for the flying ghouls, it would be impossible to pass through the terrain. But now, Lin Yu needs to build a defense here. Synthetic unit detected. The head skin of the mountain sea giant elephant can evolve into Mountain and Sea Fortress, consumes 1000 synthesis points. Mountain and Sea Fortress right pointing arrow flame spear. Consume 3 ranks of fire GU, the tail of the flame lizard ghoul, and the wick of the candle heart ghoul. Evolution. Lin Yu didn't hesitate, the fluctuation of the ghoul came from this direction, and it was a beast ghoul. After killing it, it should be dropped by the battle GU spirit, which is very valuable. Small elephants have defense and coercion, but lack of flexibility, just like elephants can't face the attack of wolves. Although they can kill many wolves, they will be seriously injured or even lose their lives due to the bite of wolves. Rumbling. The ground shook, and the inner skin of the mountain sea giant elephant rolled up in various ways, and then solidified and hardened. It became a high wall that was at least twice as thick. And on the outside of the wall, there are turrets, bunkers, and sentry positions. Besides that, there are spikes on the bottom layer. Lin Yu opened the system interface and began to understand the information about the wall. Mountain and Sea Fortress. A fortress made of the head cortex of the mountain and sea giant elephant, which inherits the extremely powerful defense of the mountain and sea giant elephant, and is not easy to be breached. Armor. Durability. 1000. Lin Yu thought for a while, and the meaning of durability is very clear. When the durability reaches 0, basically the entire wall and fortress will collapse. Just fall. After finishing these, now waiting to add. Squeak. In the distance, Ah Chang's sharp and rapid cry suddenly came, and wave after wave of sound reached Lin Yu's ears. He looked back and saw that Ah Chang, with a few coolies, flew a certain distance at low altitude, and came to Lin Yu, looking very excited. Owner. Ah Chang communicated consciousness at the soul level. Our exploration team found many corpse tombs, in which a 10-meter level beast body was buried. Lin Yu frowned. 10 meters. Grave. This is a treasure. Definitely a treasure trove. Where is it? Take me there. Over there. 15 miles. He stood on the head of the mountain and sea giant elephant and looked at the direction Akiong pointed. Akiong's short hand pointed to a small valley with a stream flowing in it. The stream water is the blood of giant beasts. After many years, the bloody smell dissipated, and the aura attached, and the blood slowly turned into a rushing river. And the spring is a certain internal organ of the giant beast that has not been exhausted. If you are lucky enough to find it before it completely disappears, you can get a spring. Even if it is used as a source of water for your own territory, it will be invaluable. The great rivers are formed from the bodies of larger giant beasts, and the sun and moon of this world are the left and right eyes of some supreme beings respectively. All in all, it's a world worth exploring, as the necropolis can be developed into a habitat. So who is it, or what kind of event buried these nearly vast starry sky behemoths and dark blue behemoths on this continent? Little elephant, come with me to have a look. Lin Yu gave the order. The land here is polluted. It is transformed by deeply polluted corpses. Among the rotting corpses, powerful ghouls are most likely to be born. How did you find out? Report Master. We found a ghoul. Ah Cheng's eyes trembled a little, but Coolie Cheng's eyes were very round and did not change, so they looked cute and trembled when they were afraid. Lin Yu nodded. Second-rank ghouls are a very powerful species among the second-rank ghouls. Speaking of this, Lin Yu sighed again. No wonder no one chooses to be the lord of the secret store. It's fine to fight alone, and there are still such dangerous places around. I don't know how many enemies there are on the land of the location. The most important thing is that the territories behind have already been occupied by major families and developed into a city full of flowers. Families are the biggest mobs of the Terran Alliance. They control the traffic arteries in various places, and make deals with powerful vault hunters. It really takes a lot of energy and luck for ordinary people to develop a hidden territory on their own. But Lin Yu is different from them. Xiao Shang, go release Shang Wei first, and see if these neighbors are willing to submit. Hold head high. The little elephant let out a roar, and the powerful domain that belonged exclusively to the main elephant Gu spread out, and the heavy pressure seemed to change the gravity around it. With a bang, many bird, beast and ghouls flying in the air fell down, and the ground on the ground was constantly shaking. Then soon, this not deep valley immediately made a change. Rumble. Under the shaking of the ground, the mountains on both sides began to shake. This nearly 60-meter-high mountain swayed from side to side, as if it was about to break through the ground. And Lin Yu also noticed that the mountains on both sides of the valley are symmetrical. The land in the valley was loosened, cracked cracks, and the mountain gradually rose. I go. Lin Yu's eyes widened, and he suddenly felt a little unbelievable. This is not as simple as a small valley. The symmetrical mountains on both sides are the sides of the mouth. This is a behemoth with a sharp beak. It died on its back to the sky, and after years of glory, countless soils have accumulated in its mouth, forming land, and its two mouths have also turned into symmetrical peaks, thus forming a valley. Hold head high. The little elephant felt the terrifying coercion coming from inside and was responding, but it was not to be outdone. Then, a dense crowd of ghouls crawled out of the valley. The ghoul crawled on all fours. Its face looked like a skeleton, with only a little bit of leather sticking to its face. Its mouth was wide open, revealing 2 rows of sharp teeth. Dozens. These ghouls are very strong and fearless of death. Their front paws are very corrosive and toxic. With the power of tearing, almost any object can be directly shredded. Lin Yu immediately took out his gun, focused on Lingli and fired a shot in front of him. He could no longer control how the valley changed. Coolie made a frightened expression. Wept on the spot. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Only Lin Yu could understand Ah Cheng's chirping. We are the ones who harmed you, master, ah. The moment all the coolies saw so many ghouls, they all lay on the ground and turned into carapaces, motionless, and then wept bitterly. Lin Yu suddenly smiled wryly. I'm not dead yet. Coolie has a strong character, and when any sudden attack occurs, he will immediately put himself into a state of despair, and then blame himself. Boom! A headshot shot hit a ghoul's head, and a flower of blood exploded immediately. But this ghoul can still move. Lin Yu didn't destroy their action center. These ghouls will keep moving forward, towards the target. Boom! Bang bang! During the battle, every time Lin Yu pulls the trigger, his spiritual power will be consumed. Once the spiritual power is exhausted, he must switch to close combat relying on physical strength. In close combat, it will be more difficult without the blessing of spiritual power. Fortunately, the little elephant turned into a phantom of a 1,000-meter giant elephant, stepped on the ground with a bang, and stepped on a 100-meter pothole, which made these ghouls suddenly frightened and stopped in their tracks. Then the two sides stalemate. Lin Yu backed away slowly. Some of those ghouls wanted to move forward, but they dared not continue due to the power of the little elephant. In the distance, the mountain peaks on both sides of the valley continued to rise and unearthed, and amidst the dust, an eye box slowly appeared. The eyeballs are still in the eye sockets, and there is a creature inside the eyeballs. A man covered in green liquid. The lower body seems to be bathed in a certain pool, while the upper body is naked, with a very strong figure, clear lines, dark green hair, and darker scales on the heart and abdomen. There is no such ghoul in Lin Yu's memory, so he needs to go back and check. It is impossible for him to remember the names and characteristics of all ghouls, so the scholar's book will become the illustrated book that the vault hunter carries with him, in order to treat them according to their weaknesses when encountering ghouls. However, Lin Yu already understood that this place is a treasure worth developing. Within the body of this monster over 800 meters long, there is not only a 10-meter body grave, but also a relatively wide internal world. The hidden treasures can be sold for a value of several million. For such a price, Lin Yu had to go back and think carefully before he realized whether he could swallow it in one gulp. Boom. After a while, he and the dark green man looked at each other, and both of them could see the determination in the other's eyes. Kill each other. When Lin Yu and the dark green ghoul looked at each other, his heart suddenly bulged. In his perception, he seemed to be touched by lightning. A bit dangerous. When Lin Yu retreated slowly, the ghoul also retreated. Both of them tacitly understand that the other party is not easy to mess with, so don't go too deep into the confrontation this time. But Lin Yu just disturbed the rest of the ghoul lord here, and didn't invade too deep, so he successfully withdrew. Before leaving, Lin Yu patted a simple mechanical eye on a white bone inserted into the ground, and then turned around directly. It was already out of that dangerous range, and the ghouls behind him would not pursue it. The number of rank 2 ghouls and rank 3 ghoul generals is more than 100. This is a B-level dangerous place of ghouls, but with the dark green ghoul lord present, Lin Yu judged this place as A-level in his heart. Since it is A-level, the rewards after defeating it will definitely not be less. The most important thing is that the parts of this corpse have not been mined. Its heart, lungs, thigh muscles, and endless spiritual energy are still preserved in the corpse. So the baby elephant can control the corpse of the mountain and sea giant elephant to devour it. In this case, it is easy to change. So now Lin Yu seems to have enemies in two directions. One is the head of the coming mountain and sea giant elephant. Another is the ghoul territory after the valley was unearthed. According to the characteristics of the sharp beak, scales, crawling ghoul, and the dark green ghoul lord, Lin Yu can preliminarily judge that this should be the corpse of a 1,800-meter-long giant crocodile. 1,800 meters. It's not big or small, but it has reached the level of birthing a 4-turn ghoul. The baby elephant is not a dedicated fighting type. Lin Yu also needs a combat type GU spirit. Looking back, after the valley rose, it slowly collapsed horizontally, and the body of a crocodile with its mouth open flickered. Sure enough, it was a big crocodile. Swish. Lin Yu, who returned to the territory, flickered directly to the head of the mountain and sea giant elephant, feeling the various changes in his territory. After being taught a few words, the coolies who were recalled continued to build the soil by shouting, "GG. Bag. Use spiritual power to pile up the stones." The Queen of the Moon is holding the snow lotus given to her by Lin Yu, exuding a rich moonlight and turning it into aura. As for the clay GU, it is still wandering around, making long and steady laughter at any time. Everything is proceeding step by step. Lin Yu sighed and waited for another day. Dawn came, and during the day it was all construction. No new vault hunter arrived on his domain, and no orders from the Alliance. And Lin Yu is watching the picture of the mechanical eye left by him in a holographic image signal station in the house. The number of ghouls is increasing, and the body of the crocodile is increasing, and when it reaches about 2,000 meters, it is already like rolling hills. The polluting aura emanating from his body turned the surrounding area into a green toxic swamp. And Lin Yu didn't see the dark green humanoid ghoul all day long. Filter through illustrated books on the internet. Lin Yu locked on an extremely rare ghoul. 4 turns crocodile yaksha ghoul. Characteristics. The heart of the deep giant crocodile. The ghoul born in the heart of the deep giant crocodile has the most approved power, representing the blood source of the powerful giant crocodile, extremely powerful vitality, resilience, and fighting will. Skills. Yuasian Yueyang, Agility, Civet. Rating. Epic. A 4-turn epic. The rating cannot be regarded as a standard of combat power, but only represents the degree of preciousness in the co-translation. On top of the epic, there are also legends, myths, domain masters, world masters, and universe masters. Of course, none of the 3 ratings above mythology have ever appeared, and they only exist in the speculation of scholars, because they believe that one day, the entire continent will still have to face the powerhouses of all races in the universe. There are all sorts of strange powerhouses, some of them may be technological machine empires, some may be giant beast empires, or they may be practitioners who cultivate ancient chi and fly to the sky and escape from the earth. But I haven't seen it now, so it can't be regarded as a real existence. Trouble. Lin Yu leaned back on the chair with a rather heavy expression on his face. If it is such an epic existence, although it is only 4 turns, the little elephant will definitely not be able to sanction him, and it will even be worn to death a little bit. The power of the little elephant lies in its ability to intimidate the weak ghouls and maintain its territory. The Earth aspect GU is not a fighting GU, although it has the ability to fight. There is still one battle GU left. At this time, the territory seemed to have changed a little suddenly. Lin Yu seemed to feel something, and then looked in a certain direction, and saw that at the corner of a street, Yu was walking with the snow lotus in her arms. The pace was very slow. Step by step forward, some pure water drops fell and sprinkled on the surrounding land, and then those lands immediately became extremely spiritual. It is extremely soft, and when sprinkled on some plants that have already sprouted, it can continue to grow at a speed visible to the naked eye. In addition, the pure air of the snow lotus seems to be able to wash away a lot of filthy and dark energy, and bring back to life many flesh and blood in the territory that has been polluted to the point of being unusable. This thing is interesting. Lin Yu narrowed his eyes and waved to Yu. Pure power washes away the filth. Then wouldn't I get rich? Lin Yu looked forward to it for a while, waiting for Yu to come, and the snow lotus flower in his hand was still the same, sending out a ring-shaped aura that spread like rippling water. Then there was a fragrant and fresh aroma in the air. Feel refreshed after taking a sip. Elephant. Swish. The elephant master GU appeared beside Lin Yu and landed on his shoulders. The carapace on the back like the elephant pattern was shining, and the tentacles flicked slightly, looking happier. Find all the completely polluted parts of the elephant master Gu's body, don't let go of an inch of rotten flesh or a bit of poisonous bone. It is good. The elephant master GU lifted into the air, and the earth phase GU opened up the detection area of the original host, covering the territory with a radius of several kilometers, and then there were dark red beams of light rising. This is the ability classified as Earth Physique GU. You can have more control in your own territory, and as you get stronger, the control will become stronger and stronger, and will eventually reach 100%, just like the resurrection of the giant beast back then. Even stronger because of the power of the GU spirit. Soon, the objects on the ground, the bones, the dark and dirty carrion, and the cortex all floated over and gathered in front of the atrium. Soon it piled up like a hill. It is densely packed and exudes a rancid smell. It is a discarded part that must not exist in the territory, so the Alliance did not take it away during the previous development. Ordinarily, this is a pile of garbage. It's also a garbage dump. But now with this snow lotus flower, it's different. The white and pure air it exudes seems to condense into a vortex in the sky in these rubbish dumps. The celestial maiden sprinkles little drops of pure water like scattered flowers. The corners of Lin Yu's mouth turned up immediately. It really worked. Wow! Both Xiaoshang and Yu exclaimed. For them, this kind of purity that can wash away darkness and corrosive power is like a miracle. They couldn't understand the power that Lin Yu possessed. However, Lin Yu also couldn't understand the power of this white lotus. It can only be described as miraculous. In an instant, the stains of this pile of garbage faded away, and then revealed its true colors, turning into the original appearance of flesh and blood. Then those filthy and corrosive dark powers continued to dissipate, and then disintegrated in the air. In the afternoon, the snow lotus completed all the purification. After that, it became much darker, as if falling into a deep sleep. Lin Yu has been paying attention. Seeing this situation, he immediately understood that he had almost exhausted his spiritual power and it would take some time to recover. Yu, the snow lotus is in your custody. Yes, I will, master. Yu hugged the snow lotus in her arms, with childlike pure eyes on her face. At this moment, Lin Yu suddenly felt that this snow lotus seemed to be able to synthesize with Yu. This kind of synthesis that does not appear on the system synthesis list exists. For the 2 unknown items, Lin Yu can use the power of the system to synthesize them together, but he doesn't know what to get. So it is called non-directional synthesis, which is also related to what Lin Yu will do next. After integrating the rubbish in Shanghai town, Lin Yu got the third-rank jade bone. High-quality edible giant beast meat. There are also many veins that can be used as forging materials and so on. The cortex can be used to make leather armor, and its defense is extremely strong, because the mountain and sea giant elephant is a moving land castle, and its skin can be turned into a hard city wall. After getting it, Lin Yu already has a batch of new resources in his hands, and these armors made of leather are suitable for vault hunters, but not suitable for fighting GU spirits. So Lin Yu quickly called Kai. Kai, Master, do you want to pay back the money? Lin Yu, no, I have a business with you. Kai's holographic image trembled visibly, and the corners of his eyes twitched. Again, 12 pairs of jade bones, 300 kg of top-grade edible giant elephant meat, and the cortex of giant elephant, 1 meridian. When these data were typed out, Kai on the screen was stunned. Master, where did you get it? Could it be that the Alliance did not search for the corpse of this mountain and sea giant elephant thoroughly before? The body of a 6-ton behemoth, with a body of 10,000 meters, its material is incredible. These things, wait a moment, let me estimate. Kai turned back and beckoned to bring a lot of lists, and then compared them with each other, and quickly started to calculate. The electric GU at home supported the instrument in his hand to calculate crazily. Then according to various probabilities, the best algorithm is obtained. I will offer 150,000 gold coins for the total price of the jade bones, 300,000 gold coins for the giant elephant meat, 100,000 for the leather, and 500,000 for the meridians. I can make a lot of money from it, but the individual materials have exceeded the market price. Lin Yu nodded. Okay, you can deduct 170,000 yuan, and then give me all the remaining money to buy a rank 1 GU, sweep the rank 1 GU in the market, and use all fighting GU. What? What are you doing here? Kai's brows trembled, feeling a little suffocated. Are you crazy? Buying all rank 1 GU, buy it to make an army of GU spirits. But if all the control is used to contract a rank 1 GU, what will happen in the future? At the same time, if tens of thousands of GU transfers are killed, the risk of backlash is also very high. Do it. Lin Yu didn't have time to explain to Kai, and there was no need to explain. His thinking is clear now. The next goal is the corpse territory of the 1800-meter giant crocodile, which is the real treasure right now. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.